Generalized Anxiety Disorders, Modernized Causes by Tierney Becker in English 1301. My thesis statement is anxiety is more predominant in present day due to social media, poor sleep habits, and past traumas. The first reason that social media affects anxiety is from FOMO. People want to stay connected to what others are doing and have the desire to get invited to events. FOMO is a perception that others are having more fun, living better lives, or experiencing better things than they are. Society has become more aware of what they're missing. And with research conducted, it is shown that one is more likely to have GAD compared to someone who does not use social media. The next way that anxiety gets affected by social media is from screen time. Those with anxiety tend to gravitate to social media in order to escape their stresses and worries. Studies have shown that whatever stresses they try to get rid of may be replaced by other stressors due to social media. Also, children who spend more time on screens are more likely to develop anxiety from receiving fewer opportunities to take a mental break. Higher screen time decreases face-to-face interaction and increases exposure to cyberbullying. The next way that social media affects anxiety is based on likes. People tend to become constantly worried about what others are thinking about them. This is more predominant in those who have GAD and those in the younger generation. Research has shown that the number of likes has a powerful effect on mental health. The likes can cause a person to believe that others don't like them, their clothing, or feel insecure about their body image. The way that sleep affects anxiety is by the cycle of insomnia and anxiety. Sleep dehydration worsens anxiety and develops a cycle of insomnia and anxiety. The NCBI says that sleep dehydration amplifies anxiety by firing up the brain's amygdala and insular cortex. With the emotional processing part of the brain being affected, it creates a pattern that fuels anxiety. Those factors can create a sleep anxiety that reinforces a person's sense of dread and preoccupation. The next way that sleep can affect anxiety is based on the bidirectional relationships. Anxiety and sleep have a bidirectional relationship with each other. The two can be self-reinforcing. Boring in general causes poor sleep, which then contributes to further sleeping difficulties and greater anxiety. The studies have shown that anxiety may affect REM, or the most vivid dreams. With anxiety added to this, it is likely to provoke more nightmares. Those nightmares tend to reinforce apprehensions around going to sleep. This formulates into an anticipatory sleep anxiety. Childhood trauma can affect anxiety based on anticipation. When one has experienced a traumatizing event as a child, their automatic response is to anticipate any potential threats. This is an attempt to manage the overwhelming pain. The anticipation then translates to anxiety. Studies have shown that the amygdala was overreacting in the brains of people who have been through traumatizing experiences. The reason for the activity was due to the person constantly needing to be in alert in case of a threat. The next way that childhood trauma can affect anxiety is through their adulthood. As the victim gets older, some still tend to experience lots of anxiety-ridden emotions into adulthood. Feelings of shame, guilt, unable to relate to others, trouble controlling emotion, heightened anxiety, and fear of failure are all factors of this. The American Psychology Association says that with fear of the future always on the victim's mind, it makes it hard for them to have elevated experiences for their future life. They believe that expected life events will not occur to them, which is a symptom of anxiety. In conclusion, there is no real explanation as to how or why anxiety exists only in certain people, but researchers have found that there were factors that are commonly associated with the development of anxiety, like social media, lack of sleep, and past traumas. Thankfully, for those who do suffer from the disorder, there are many different healthy coping mechanisms that are easily accessible. And here's my works cited. Thank you for listening.